So another video in my Expose series, and this one becomes over a little, only way I can say this is a weirdo online who I caught selling his, well, trying to sell advice to people. And, you know, I give a lot of free advice in here, and it's up to you if you want to take it or not. But when you go to someone for advice, here's what I think is very, very important when it comes to bodybuilding advice or powerlifting advice or strong or health advice or anything to do with training. You know, martial arts, boxing, anything. When you go, you want someone who is the part. So, you know, a good, like, elite coach. So would you go to an elite level coach at football coaches? Would you go to Klopp, you know, Jurgen Klopp, or would you go to Guardiola and go, hey, this is how you should be doing? You know they know better. You know, they've got not only do they have obviously the qualifications, they have the experience they've learned. So when someone's giving you it online, there is a lot of dangerously stupid people. Take in mind the guy I'm going to show. I will be showing like some of what he said at the end of the video. Basically, this guy was going on and someone was going on about a leg routine. Now, I've also caught him talking to other people. So he was giving someone with multiple sclerosis advice. He goes to the gym 3 times a month. It's quite a high body fat. He just doesn't look like a gym goer. Now, where these people are dangerous is he's doing a thing and somebody's like, yeah, I need to improve my leg. I've got a bit of fat here. How do I get rid of it? Now, we all know this is a calorie reduction. It comes from diet or cardio. You know, you can't out-train a bad diet, all these things. But he goes, no, you don't need to diet. You don't need to do this. Blah, 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 blah. And he starts giving this because if you want, you can buy my routines. I clicked the guy's photo. The guy has a fat belly and his arms not even bigger than my wrists. He's like literally the definition of skinny fat. And he's giving advice and he's giving it to them up as well. You know, you can do these exercises, you can do these. This guy does not go to the gym. When confronted with this, his answers are, well, I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I said, how often do you go to the gym? Well, once or twice. But I squat 900 pounds. See, the guy's a liar. He's an idiot. But what makes this thin is when you get people who are like him, who are targeting people, and the fitness industry is full of this. And you know what? It really annoys me because it's like, you wouldn't go to a garage and tell the mechanic how to do his job. You wouldn't go to Mohamed Salah and tell him how to score. You won't go to Usain Bolt and give him running techniques, but you get little geeks online, fat or skinny, who've got no clue at all, spreading bad advice. And it's like, you need to look. And some of them try to make money off it as well, which is evil. And you know, where it does become an issue is when you get young people or people, you know, maybe they're really overweight and they're really depressed, they want to change their life around. And this could be a girl in her 40s and she's online. You've got this fucking idiot giving this bad advice. Don't do, I mean, some of his advice were this: don't do leg training, do HIIT instead. Because long distance running, yes, you've heard me correctly, long distance running will build more muscle. Yeah. Not squats, nothing. Then he tells girls a 200 kilo squat every girl can do. He does 350 kilo, you know. And you're looking at this guy and you know they're talking shit. But there's a few people, it sounds like good advice, you know. And it's like, people go, you know, and his answer, well, it's my opinion. You don't have an opinion. You have no qualifications. You've not achieved any type of physique of your own. You've never had a successful fat loss story. If you said to me, what have you done? I could go, I've trained alcoholics. I've trained people who are 26, 27 stone. I've got them down to 8 or 9 stone, females. I've taken men from 8 stone to 14, 15, had them ripped. So I've got experience. I've got my own experiences where I've done with people, and I use facts that come from something I've put it into play. But you get this guy, he's got nothing. So he doesn't deserve an opinion. His opinion means nothing. And people like him are dangerous. And that's why I'm exposing these people, especially when they're trying to charge money for it, or they're creating groups on Facebook with 10 or 12,000 people in, and they're just there like, having a wank over the likes they're getting when they're just spreading shit. It's just ridiculous. And if this is you, you know, when you first start, you don't have any advice to give for your first 2 years. If you've never done it, you have no advice to give. Your opinion's worthless. And that's fine. You know what? If I went and bought... You know, if I went to the shop now and I said, you know what, I want a Lamborghini, my opinion on the Lamborghini and how it works is worthless because I don't know enough about cars. My opinion on how Usain Bolt's running techniques is worthless. You know, and that's the same with a lot of people. Your opinions on weights and training, and that is worthless because you don't have one. You're not smart enough to have one because you haven't learned enough. So wake up to the real world. And then I give to the people who are struggling out there, don't listen to these idiots. Sometimes click their photos and look at the fucking idiot who is giving you advice and go, you know what, you're a fucking spastic. Because it's true.